Greetings. I'm glad you were able to stop by and hear what's going on at St. Luke's this week. I am Pastor Sally. It's been a great week. Pastor Johnson has been away getting a little respite in this wonderful summer weather. A few things that are going on this past Sunday, July the 4th, we gathered together for our first formal gathering in the sanctuary since the pandemic hit last March. One of the things I was most excited about was how well you could still sing with one another and hear one another speak, even with our masks on, to protect our youngest members of our congregation. It was fantastic. I hope that your summer has begun to feel more like an ordinary summer and not a pandemic type summer. We know that as we move back into whatever normal is going to look like, that even if the science has said that, you know what, we are getting to be more and more safe as continues to be higher vaccination levels throughout the area, that doesn't mean that our psychology catches up that fast. We've spent the last year being nervous or being trained to be in fear of one another. And one of the things we're going to need to do as church is learn how to re-engage with one another. Obviously, maintaining all the safety protocols that are needed, but not continuing to be afraid of one another, but really learning how to talk with one another, hear about their experiences of the pandemic, share our own, find out what's been going on in their lives and their families' lives for the last 18 months or so, and just really become community once again. There's a few things coming up that can help us become and maintain our community. This Wednesday night, Pastor Johnson is going to be kicking off a series about the Black Church in America. It has to do with the PBS series that came out earlier this year. I've heard wonderful things about the series, and I can't imagine how much greater of an impact that series can have when we can gather together around the word and with one another to discuss our experiences, our feelings, to be able to think these issues through on a different level and with other people who have different opinions. On the 18th, so next Sunday, at our 10 o'clock service, we will have a healing service as a part of that. Our world needs a lot of healing. The pandemic, the pain, the social justice issues, whatever might be going on in your lives, the grief we've carried, places that we haven't been able to go on, or events we have not been able to be a part of. We all carry a lot of hurt right now. And we hope that you can come to the healing service and hear God's word of peace and feel that touch of calm in your lives and in your spirit. We continue to look forward and get excited about what fully open would look like here at St. Luke's. In order to get a better idea of that, we sent out some surveys. They did close this week. Thank you so much for participating in those. We will be looking at those, putting the data together, gathering together with the staff. We'll bring that information to council and then later to the cabinet heads to be able to discuss it with the various cabinets. No decisions are going to be made quickly or even immediate or in isolation. We want to have buy-in. We want to have conversation. And it was just a fantastic opportunity to see where people are sitting right now. We realize that opinions will change with time and as things continue to open up further and further, but it does help us get excited and ready for what fall could look like here at St. Luke's. I think that's about it for me this week. Oh, one last thing, being able to be there for one another continues to be something we try to do here for one another at St. Luke's. We are reinstating the Requiem Choir. There have been a few funerals lately that really could have used the gift of music that comes from many of you. You do not need to be a part of choir to be a part of the Requiem Choir. If that is something you are interested in, please reach out to Ann Krentz Organ. We would love to have you be a part of that witness and that community of faith as people grieve alongside their loved ones. For that, I will see you on Sunday in worship and have a fantastic weekend.